Okay, so there's a couple things I gotta say now because there are some things that I forgot to say, and there are other things that I just, after you commented on my video, that I had to say for myself. For starters, you're telling everyone else to grow up, but you yourself really need to grow up. You're way too obsessed with this fictional character. I went to your YouTube account profile and it frightened me. You had all these pictures of yourself, Photoshop pictures of yourself with Edward, and that's really, really unhealthy. And I saw your video where you had a song about him and Jacob, and that just, not gonna say anything about your appearance, but that way too obsessed. Talking about how much you're gonna kill this character, but oh no, then this is gonna cause that, and what the fuck? Seriously. That's just unhealthy. You really need to find yourself your own real man. And I'm not gonna say anything. I mean, half the people watching this video are probably like, "Oh, she can't fight. She's so fat." Her, her, her. Not gonna even go into that. Not gonna say anything about that. Find your own man. Not fictional fantasy Edward, Jacob, Bill, Joe. Just real man. Find. Second of all, you're not helping yourself. People are only making fun of you even more because you're deleting your comments. I don't even know why you're deleting your comments because they just annoy you too much. I mean, it's just making people make fun of you more when you start deleting your comments like, oh, her, she can't take it. And just leave them there. Just who cares what they say? You say you don't care what people say, so just let them say whatever. I mean, they're just stupid. Then you watched my video and you said I like my books new and decent. So you're saying old books aren't decent, and what would you consider? Oh, how new do they have to be? I mean, I like my books decent whenever they were made. You would probably like Bram Stoker. It's a good fucking book. It's an awesome vampire romance story that transcends time. It's just the writing might be a little too complex. Oh no! But I'm not going to say anything about that either. But it's a good damn book. And you're telling me stop acting 40? I can't even begin to. I'm acting intelligent. I'm acting smart. Just because people on the internet aren't supposed to be smart doesn't mean I'm acting 40. And let me guarantee you, there are plenty of 40-year-old people who are just as stupid. In fact, I bet you half the people who commented saying you're fat are probably like 35. So don't tell me to stop acting 40. That doesn't even make sense. That is the worst goddamn comeback. That is an even worse comeback than if you had said your mom, which half the other people watching probably said. And you're telling me not to be close-minded? Close-minded? I read the Twilight series. I just didn't like it very much. But I fucking read it. How is that close-minded? And it's not just, oh, I didn't like it because I'm a guy and I don't like romance series because I'm a guy. That has nothing to do with it. I mean, I am a straight guy, but I will enjoy romance series if they're good. Twilight series has very static characters with very shallow characters with no depth to them. Except for maybe Jacob. Jacob has some depth to him, maybe. But most of the characters are not very well written. The description's not very well written. But people love it because they don't have to think very much. They go, beautiful character. Okay, I know what they look like because they're beautiful. I'm going to imagine what I think is beautiful. So they go, oh, this is great, a beautiful character. And then they picture themselves in the book, and then they turn into you, and Photoshop pictures themselves, and then it gets creepy. But I like action series. I like westerns sometimes. I like romance series. I like horror stuff, mysteries, just about everything. I will enjoy anything as long as it's good. Twilight does not fall into that category. It's all right. I maybe it can be considered decent, but it's not that good. And here's something that really got me. You're telling people not to be so selfish. You stop being so selfish. Because you are telling everyone, oh, you didn't like Breaking Dawn? Well, you're a wank. You're a wank because you didn't like this book. That is the most selfish thing ever. I like this book, so if you didn't like it, you're a wank, and I hate you. That's called being a bitch. Being a stupid bitch. And then you go, I want my own baby, but not a real one because it poops and eats and is no fun. That is the most selfish thing ever. You're saying, oh, but then you can use it instead of drugs. Well, maybe you should stop taking drugs. But, if you want your own Twilight baby that doesn't poop and require food, then just buy fucking doll and lace it with crystal meth and just lick it. And then you'll have hallucinations from your baby. Your crap plastic baby, hallucination baby. And that'll be the same thing as Renesmee. And one last thing. Midnight Sun is Stephenie... Right now, Stephenie Meyer is being a bitch. Because if it's popular, it's going to fucking get leaked on the internet. It has nothing to do with Breaking Dawn and people hating it. You know what? It was... half the Harry Potter books got leaked onto the internet. But did did that stop intimidate J.K. Rowling? No! J.K. Rowling is a stronger woman than Stephenie Meyer. She's also a fucking better writer than Stephenie Meyer. Harry Potter series got leaked on the internet, but they still came out. If she's not releasing Midnight Sun because she got leaked on the internet, that's her problem, and that's her being a bitch. And you know what? She's punishing all the fans for something one person did. But people are going to leak things on the internet, no matter what. If it's popular, it's going to get leaked on the internet. It happens. You have to learn to deal with it. If she didn't want it to get leaked on the internet, she wouldn't have been writing books in the first place. If you become a writer or even a musician or a movie maker, you have to be ready for criticism. If people don't like it, you can't go, oh, this depresses me, and I'm not going to release any more books for the people who do like it. If somebody doesn't like it, you have to learn to accept that. She's not writing it for the... It's just that Stephenie Meyer can't take criticism. So she's not a very good writer in that respect either. That's pretty much all I have to say, though, is learn to appreciate books no matter how new or old they are. Stop being so selfish. Stop telling other people they're selfish just because they disagree with you. If it's on the internet, it's going to get posted everywhere. So if you didn't want people to post your things everywhere, then you shouldn't have put them on the internet in the first place. Just like how if Britney Spears didn't want to be harassed by the media, she wouldn't have become famous. That's right, Chris Crocker. I'm coming for you next. Out.